not Allred. I mean, it's going to be a Hispanic candidate, a strong Hispanic candidate. Listen, Rochelle Garza outperformed Bethel by 3 points. I outperformed Bethel by 3 points. I don't play punditry, but I love it. I'm just trying to tell you that hard work ethic, and yes, some identity politics. You need to motivate Hispanic people to go vote. Right. Why else do you think that Cruz, they'll go vote for the president, and he steals a vote. He steals a percentage point because his last name is Cruz. Yeah. You got to be cognizant of these things.
So this video, which has been released, or the audio at least, is dramatic because we have a high-profile Senate race in Texas where we have Ted Cruz, who apparently steals the vote because of his name, and you have some Democrat who's going to go up against him. Now there you had Texas State Senator Roland Gutierrez. Colin Allred is considered the front runner in that based on the polling and sort of expectation. But there you have Gutierrez implying that because Colin Allred is not Hispanic, because Colin Allred is black, he will not be able to defeat Ted Cruz based on that. And because obviously Gutierrez right now is not ahead in the polls, he's trying to pump himself up. And this is the way that he's trying to do it. Now, I think a lot of people are potentially gonna have an issue with that. Yaz, I'm interested, you have more familiarity with Texas politics having to do with the fact that you live there, these elections and what's happened. What do you think about the case that he's trying to make there?
I don't know how much merit it has, right? I don't I wouldn't have assumed that Texans are just going to vote for a Hispanic candidate. I wouldn't think that that's the default. I don't think that people are voting for Ted Cruz because he's a Hispanic candidate. I think he just happens to be the Republican candidate that keeps getting pushed forth for us to vote for. And so the people who vote for Republicans are voting for that guy. Roland Gutierrez, he is one of, I think, 8 people who are running to challenge Ted Cruz for the Senate seat in 2024. Ted Cruz, as we all know, he barely won his reelection for this term against Beto O'Rourke. He came dangerously close to winning that election, and he knows it. He's very aware of it. And with Beto, with him running that race, he put in a lot of legwork in a lot of the more rural areas in Texas, a lot of the very typically Republican areas in Texas, and he just talked to people, which was a lot of work that he did. But I think the fact that he came so close to almost beating Ted Cruz was a big, signifier for a lot of people in Texas that, this place is not as red as the congressional map looks, right? So with Ted Cruz, now he's even less popular, I would argue, than he was 4 years ago or 8 years ago. And I think somebody like Colin Allred actually does have a pretty good shot of unseating him. And I say that very, very hesitantly because we've all been burned before so many times. I've been hearing about a purple Texas for the last 20 years since I've lived here. But Colin Allred, he has a lot of money behind him. A lot of that money is coming in from grassroots donors. I think 94% of his donations are under $100. And a lot of Ted Cruz's money is coming in from special political PACs, political committees. So he has a lot of grassroots support. It is very promising, and he does have. I think he has about $10 million on hand right now. He's a former NFL star. He served in the Obama administration in the Department of Housing and Urban Development. He's an attorney. He's a viable candidate.
Yeah. Look, I don't know a lot about the political differences between these two candidates necessarily. As we get closer, I'll learn more, as many people will. But yeah, I understand the frustration. I don't know that this necessarily helps you that this came out. They're not denying it, by the way. I mean, I don't know how they would. I suppose they could say it's AI. That's an easy thing. They're not doing that. I guess to their credit, and sort of doubling down in a message from their campaign manager, which we unfortunately don't have time to cover, but super high profile race. Everybody wants to get rid of Ted Cruz. And so it certainly merits attention, and we will be watching it. For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.